Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 432. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez,
Make it so.
Chris Seeley,
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero,
Yo.
and Brian Monjoma.
What up?
All right, people, we're back with another one, and it's one of those weeks where we got to talk about it again. I said I didn't want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. And interestingly enough, the two people who would be most enthused about this news aren't here. So Carlos and I, we hope we get some spicy takes, but we shall see what happens. Very worried about those spicy takes. We wanted spicy takes tonight, but we may not get them.
You wanted to have fire.
It's like Fight Club. We don't want to talk. We don't want to talk about Fight Club, but it keeps wanting to be talked about.
Yeah. All right. So basically, this week started with the news came out. It's like, oh, the CMA is going to make their decision about the Microsoft Activision merger, and everybody's like, all right, that's it. It's over. They're going to approve it. We're going to go home. We're going to see our families. We can finally be done with this shit. Nope. CMA is blocking it. So we're going to drag this shit out. Apparently, it may even drag out until 2024. So get ready. Here we go. And yeah, at this point, I don't even know. Like, you ever had one of those like moments where you're like, man, you're waiting for something to happen, right? And you're almost there. And then it's like, that's psych, bitch. It's like they take it away from you. It's like, fuck. Or even worse, this is the worst case scenario, right? You ever had one of those dreams that's really good and shit? And you wake up, God damn it.
Gotta go to work.
Fuck, I gotta go to school. Oh, my God. So it's one of those things. I was like, okay, they were supposed to close the deal in June. It's May. It's coming. Just shut up about this. Let's talk about something else. And now, literally, this took up all the bandwidth. Whatever happened in gaming this week, nobody cares. We're talking about Microsoft Activision thing again. And again, just to reiterate, right, my stance, because, there was some contention about this with some of the Throwdown listeners, because they were like, you guys are kind of too pro this or whatever. No, it's really Adam and Brett that are really pro this. The rest of us are kind of just, we don't care. My main thing is, the only reason I do want it to come through is so we can shut up about it, so we can move on to other more interesting things. But I don't, whether Microsoft buys it or not, I don't care, but I just want this shit to be over. But it looks like it's going to drag on, Does anybody have anything meaningful to say about this?
Here we go again.
You mentioned pretty much the important thing for us. It's we don't really care about any of this. It's like it's the biggest news in the town because it's the only news. We do have a couple of other stuff to talk about. There is stuff about Jedi Survivor is going to come out, but the Breath of the Wild sequel is going to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what's been taking over, and it's going to be like Tony mentioned. It's going to be part of the conversation for how God knows how much longer, because it's just the thing that won't stop. And yet the people that feel one way about it, aren't here to discuss it. So maybe some of the listeners are going to be happy. Well, actually, I was looking at the Discord, and a couple.
Shout out to the Discord crew.
Shout out to the Throwdown Discord crew. A lot of people were kind of excited. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what Brett's going to say.
Yeah,
Brett was the headliner.
Yeah,
Brett was the headliner.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, no Brett. Yes, you know what? I have to be careful talking about the ROG Ally because I technically am not supposed to talk about work stuff on the podcast. But this, I can talk about games because I'm not a games reporter really. But it is gaming related. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to it. It's just I'm not going to go too into it. But yeah, we'll talk about it because, yeah, that is an interesting thing to happen outside of this. And obviously, I'll give you my thoughts on Jedi Survivor because I did play it, I did review it, and the game is fucking awesome. Shout out to Stig Asmussen. But yeah, Carlos, like you said, it's like this ate up all the bandwidth again, and Yeah, it is a little disappointing. Brett not here. Maybe we'll have him back on the Sunday show, but he needed a personal day, so got to give it to him. But yeah, the people who would be the most enthusiastic or just have a real big reaction aren't here. The rest of us don't give a fuck. We're just like, here we go with this bullshit, dragging it out even more. Because again, I don't care. It's stupid. I want to talk about something else. You know.
So it's this is the CMA the Europe one or the UK one? I always forget.
UK, yeah.
It's the UK.
Yeah,
So
it's the UK FTC basically.
So they shot it down. They block it, and Microsoft is appealing. And the reason why this is going to drag on is because appeals take a while. Whenever stuff goes down, any agreements, anything that's contractual, something that gets shot down, it gets appealed. It'll take a while. But yeah, look, the CMA, old Jimbo had home field advantage here. He's like, talked to his boys, probably went to Cambridge together. He's like, shut down this Dale place. And and it looks like, his homeboys came through. Yeah. So that's one for Jimbo. I guess that's the only thing good that he's been doing, but at least for them. But yeah, it sucks that we're still going to be talking about this. Yeah, I'm not sure when any of this can get resolved. If it's going to be something that's like, oh, hey, in a month from now, the appeals court's going to take place or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because it's going to be it's going to be a while because we don't know how things work over there. I want to read some of this stuff here. Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services. And the evidence available to the CMA showed that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision's games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service. That's the chief reason the CMA cited for the blocking of this. But here's where it gets interesting, what I find funny, and this is also the reason for our featured image, which is currently being worked on as we record this, right? So one of the reasons, apparently, that they said that Microsoft would have a big advantage over cloud gaming is because Stadia isn't around anymore, right? So in a way, you can blame Phil Harrison for this, right? Because he was heading Stadia, that failed, and now CMA's like, wait, there's no other big competitor here. So, yeah, thank you, Phil Harrison. The Grim Reaper of gaming strikes again. Even though I do call a little bit BS on that reason because it's like Stadia wasn't doing anything, man. It was a non-existent entity for all intents and purposes.
It wasn't really doing. Yeah, it was you go ahead. It made such a horrible start. It just wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. So basically, the CMA's reason I call bullshit on that. Like, they don't have any. They do have other competitors, and Stadia was not even the biggest one when it came to cloud gaming. The fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead, Chris.
the irony of this is like. They're saying because Google competed with Microsoft and lost, like at an even playing field, Google has invested tons in their cloud service, and so has Microsoft, and so has Amazon. They're the three biggest games in terms of cloud and networking services right now. They all sell services to other people. So Google dipped their toe in cloud gaming, just like Microsoft and Amazon, and they lost. So now you're going to regulate against Microsoft because another company failed to compete against them on a level which they were all giants on a level playing field, and Google lost. Doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, they weren't equal at all.
No, I mean Google obviously had the inferior product. They handled it poorly. Their whole model for game ownership on their cloud service was poor. Like you didn't own anything. All of it was bad, right? Yeah. The whole thing was not set up properly, but that was their own fault. They made those decisions. They were bad. They failed. That's how a free market works. You can't go, hey, they lost in the free market, therefore you can't have this company. Like that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sort of sense, considering Activision Blizzard isn't going to increase their cloud leverage. This is really all about Call of Duty. Yeah. Jim Ryan said it himself. So pointing out this cloud bullshit, it's like, come on now, really? Really gonna make this argument?
It's stupid. Let me see. This is what Microsoft had to say about this. We remain fully committed to this acquisition and will appeal. The CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address competition concerns and discourages technology innovation and investments in the United Kingdom. We have already signed contracts to make Activision Blizzard's popular games available on 150 million more devices, and we remain committed to reinforcing those agreements through regulatory remedies. We're especially disappointed that after lengthy deliberations, this decision appears to reflect a flawed understanding of this market and the way the relevant cloud technology actually works. I have to agree with that. Like, I don't think the CMA understands any of this shit, to be honest. Again, to view Stadia as a equal rival, these people are fucking clueless.
I mean, they've been in doom and gloom for Stadia before, like around the time that the acquisition took place.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that far when they announced like a couple of months afterwards where Stadia went down and they're like, hey, this is closing shop, letting go of all of our people.
And Stadia, let's just be honest, that shit was dead on arrival anyway when it was first announced. But it's fucking dumb. Brian, you have any thoughts on this nonsense?
I just wanted to end. Again, I reached the point where you are, Tony, where I'm just tired of talking about it. It's like, make it happen or make it don't happen. Simple as. Yeah,
that's the other thing. It's like, if you don't buy it, do that too. Whatever the outcome, I don't care. I just want it over. Like if they go tomorrow, okay, you know what? We're not going to buy Activision. Good. Just end it. I don't care. Just finish it one way or another, please.
Finish it.
I'm going to read something Blitz says here. My take is with Microsoft offering up 10-year deals left and right, it's just them playing the long game. 10 years time, cloud gaming will be much more mature, and Xbox will be in the best possible position. Yeah, it's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good take.
And then here's the thing. After all of this is said and done, after all this fighting that Sony had did, how do they know they're going to get a good deal after blocking something that both Microsoft and Activision wanted? Like, how do you know? Like, once their contract, whatever their contract is that with Activision runs out, who's to stop Activision from just making a deal of just going exclusive to Microsoft just to make Sony hurt for what they did?
Yeah,
that's.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, because Bobby Kotick talked about that. He says that Kotick says Sony's disappointing behavior won't affect their relationship with Activision in the future. Because obviously all those Activision investors are pissed. They're like, let the deal happen, man. We're money.
About to cash out and won't let them. It's interesting, that whole dynamic if it doesn't go down, because they're obviously going to be salty about it. Activision is, but Sony is their biggest cash cow in terms of generating revenue for Call of Duty and stuff like that. And this is particular Call of Duty. I don't know about the rest. And if it doesn't go down, there is a possibility you guys mentioned that Microsoft might swoop in and be like, "Hey, well, we couldn't get you. Here's a Brinks truck to get the exclusivity, the console exclusivity between PlayStation and Xbox,
Yeah.
And day one Game Pass. Maybe they can go that route. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Any other thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Yep, that says it all right there, man. That says it all right there. But yeah, no spicy takes, no bread. But yeah, who said that? Brian talks for everyone. Yeah, he does. Again, whether the deal falls through or does go through, don't care. One way or another, police end this nonsense. J-Shep, there are so many examples that the CMA gives that shows they know what they're talking about. They do know what they're talking about. I don't know. To me, they sound like a bunch of bozos, but I think that about anybody who tries to basically any government body trying to talk about games, they all sound like fucking idiots. Okay, you think they do know what they're talking about? I think they don't. I think they're dumbasses. But I don't trust governments in general. So take that how you will. You know. All right. Let's move on here. Do I even want to talk about the rest of these fucking stories? You know what? May as well give them lip service. The FTC chair met with UK antitrust officials last week, but they did not talk about deals because they're basically people were accusing the FTC of colluding with the CMA in this, but they claimed they didn't. I kind of call BS on that too.
Yeah. It's like, oh, just coincidentally you met before this decision happened. It's like, oh, we didn't talk about this at all.
Oh, we didn't talk about it.
Oh,
yeah, sure, you didn't. You know, remember what I said people about not trusting these government bodies? I don't trust these motherfuckers either. You know? Yeah, okay, sure. I'm not. That's stupid. No, they did. I'm sorry, they did. You know? All right, you know what? Let's talk about something. I'm already getting fed up with this shit, you know? But yes, if you guys want to ask us about it for the Sunday show, go ahead. Let's talk about Shuhei Yoshida. We like Shuhei. He's a good guy.
Well, what'd he do? Did he do something cool?
No, he didn't, but he said something that I agree with. He said gaming dominated by service games would be boring. Yes, it would be. You know? Because, you know, we've seen this proliferation of, like, service games and stuff, and Shuhei, he's like, I don't know about all this, you know? He goes...
That's going against the message.
It kind of is, isn't it? So he says, the games industry will never cease to be a fun place. The industry keeps growing and growing, and I hope it keeps supporting and chasing creative ideas of people who try to work on new things. You don't want to see the top 10 games every year being almost the same, all games becoming service games. That would be a bit boring. Yeah, I mean, it's already happening now. You know, most of these games are fucking service games, and it's trash, you know? But that's what people like. They like their Fortnites. They like their fucking, you know, Divisions. Adams, I hear we could talk shit. Destiny, all that. But at the same time, there's been more failures of service games than actual successes. You know?
Well, but the thing about it is, like, so many of these places chase the dragon of service, and they don't get it. Like, how many, who are you trying to attract? Yeah. Are you trying to attract the Fortnite people? Because the Fortnite people are just going to stick with Fortnite. The thing is, it's such a difficult room. Even, like, it's surprising that Apex Legends even lasted as long as it did. You know? So, to be honest, it's like, they really, like, why chase that dragon, and why not try to find something new instead of trying to duplicate everything that everybody else is doing? Because it obviously doesn't always work. How many MOBAs or any of these games have failed because they're trying to? What was it? Cliffy B couldn't fucking do it. David Jaffe couldn't fucking do it either.
Oh God, I remember that.
You know, so why are we going down this line? If you're gonna go down the line, why not try to create a new genre instead of trying to recreate something that is such a locked, gaming genre?
Yeah, no, but because the thing, they all like, oh, that's what makes Fortnite all that money. Let's do that. You know, but they never.
Yeah, but it's not going to work in a lot of cases. I mean, look, there's two like preemptive failures. Look at. Suicide Squad?
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, as soon as we saw that, it's like reeks of games as a service bullshit, and nobody wants it because they're like, oh man, we're gonna get something like Batman? Wrong. You're getting this shit. You're getting this mashup of Avengers and Fortnite. Nah, fuck that. Nobody wants that. Like, those games hit a certain chord and they attract a certain audience. Usually young kids and stuff that just want to just have ADD the game, right? But everybody else doesn't want that. They want some kind of like meaningful content in the game, not just a looter shooter or whatever. So you can't just make everything that, right? And the same thing happened to Marvel's Avengers. That Redfall, everybody's looking at that shit like, I don't want. That's not what I want.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, Redfall. That's yeah. You know, I mean, as soon as they announced that shit, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know. But that game has other problems now, it seems. Oh boy. But yeah, I agree with Shuhei on that end. But this is the thing we're going to see right now. And I know, because remember, and right before this, we had the whole FPS craze, military FPS craze. There's always something that comes around, to try that becomes big, and then everybody tries to jump on it. And right now, it's these service games. I don't know. I was gonna say I think their time is done, but I don't know about that. I could be wrong. We may see them like be dominant for a while, because as long as Fortnite's up there, everybody's gonna try to go for it. So.
Yeah, and it looks like, for example, Sony's direction is they're leaning towards a lot of service-based games. Even Naughty Dog, I think, isn't Uncharted, they're trying to make it like the multiplayer aspect a little bit more like that.
I heard about that, that they want to make it into like Battle Royale or something. So
it's still going to be here for a little while at least. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still this whole generation still mostly live service games, like as the big hype stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I think that for the rest of this generation, it's just going to be this nonsense. So, yep, here we go. Again, more reasons why this generation sucks. It's disappointing, man. But what can you do? What's going on in the chat right now?
I guess this means that Sony's not planning on making those 10 live service games before 2026.
They will.
This is why I said. This is why I said he's not, pushing the message.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They have 3 years left, and we've got none so far. So I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of those studios are still just starting.
Yeah. So will these games come out when this craze is over? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that would be pretty Sony-like.
Yeah, right. Late to the game. So it's like, okay, guys, how about you do something good? But I don't know. Live service games.
Yeah. Who knows about those 10? I don't even know what those 10 were. And that was before they acquired.
They just said 10. That's it. They said 10 games in development. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, what are they? And again, I don't even think any of them are going to be a hit.
Yeah. Probably just Destiny.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. No, everybody just wants to 10 toe dips. Yeah, you got 10 toes, dip all of them, Oh, man. We have lots of people complaining that Sony has no multiplayer games. Well, there you go. You get what you want, right? You get what you want.
And it's like, when we think of multiplayer games, we think of sort of stuff that we grew up in. But today when you say multiplayer, that's almost live service game, pretty much. It's just going to be interchangeable at this time.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's a different world now.
But even though we're not into those or too hyped about those, they are something that Sony does need.
Yeah,
because they are lacking in that aspect. But yeah. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, because I don't think it's going to be The Last of Us. I don't think that's going to be the thing. Yeah, Manny, you going to say something? Oh, never mind.
Nope, I'm good.
What else? All right. I'll probably have to find more stories to fill up time because, again, I expected a whole CMA thing to take a bunch of time, but Adam and Brett aren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. People have been telling Sony to. Everybody's been trying to make their own COD for like 15 years now. You can't just make one of those. It doesn't work like that. Remember when Sony tried to make their own Halo killer? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Killzone.
Yeah. You don't see that game anymore, do you?
Yeah. Actually, when we take it back, remember when everybody tried to make the Halo killer? Yeah, that's just how it is, man. Now motherfuckers trying to make the Fortnite killer. But yeah, again, Sony, it's not like they haven't, they did try their hand at all those FPS games. Look at how that worked. Now they're trying their hand at all these service games. It may end up the same way. And I'm not saying that to like on Sony. I'm saying because most people who make these service games, they'll go under. Manny listed a bunch of them right off the top, So, yeah, I don't think this thing's going to go anywhere. Factions 2, I think that's just going to be for the hardcore Last of Us people. I don't think it's going to be a general mainstream audience type of thing,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't before, so.
It wasn't before, exactly. So it's not going to be now, What else do we have here? This is officially the last story here, but we'll find some more stuff. We'll give you guys the full show. So Apple wins the antitrust court battle with Epic Games. Oh shit! That dragged on forever. You know?
See?
Yeah. I'll read Apple's statement. Today's decision reaffirms Apple's resounding victory in this case, with 9 of 10 claims having been decided in Apple's favor. For the second time in 2 years, a federal court has ruled that Apple abides by antitrust laws at the state and federal levels. Whatever, I'm not going to read the rest of this shit. I wonder how much Apple paid them. Apple has money like that, you know?
Yeah. You got Apple versus Epic Games. Like, they're not small, but come on, man, that's Apple.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, which way do you think this is going to go? Well, Tim Sweeney's not happy about this.
Oh,
you know. Yeah, he just tweeted about it. He's not happy about it. But what do you expect? This ended exactly the way you thought it was going to end. You know, like Apple is always going to win this stuff, unfortunately. But so I guess but this extends beyond like just Epic Games. Like this still holds for like all the third-party apps and stuff, right? Like, don't they have something going on with that? Like in their Apple store, like they're still charging people a certain amount or whatever. Isn't that what Epic was kind of against?
Yeah, I think so. But Epic also wanted to be able to take money directly through the purchases, and Apple was like, "No, you can't do that." And they're like, "Fuck you! This is our game. Do this." So that's how this all started.
Yeah, pretty much. But that extends just to every company. It's like they can't just take money themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal poster, Mighty Nerd. Are they trying to bring it back? Are they bringing David Jaffe back for that?
I doubt that.
Ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Not David Jaffe nowadays. That dude is crazy, you know. But yeah, you know, nothing going on there. You know what? Yeah, let's talk about it. I'll mostly let you guys talk about it. Let's talk about the ROG Ally, man. So the review, or not the review embargo, the preview embargo lifted, and also we found out the price, which was last night. Very interesting, right? Because, and this is even stuff I reported, because that was the main thing. I was like, what is this thing going to cost, right? Because Asus said that it was going to be quote unquote competitively priced. So I was like, okay, competitively priced against what? The Steam Deck or other Windows 11 handhelds, right? That's two different things, right? Like the Steam Deck, the highest end version of the Steam Deck is $649, right? But you have these competitors like, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right, the Aya Neo. That's around $1,000. The GPD Win 4, that's around $1,000. So I'm like, is it going to be competitively priced compared to those or the Steam Deck? Turns out it's competitively priced against the Steam Deck. $699 according to leaks. One of the leaks being Best Buy, who is selling the console. You know, very interesting. So basically, for $50 more, you get a more powerful handheld, right? And earlier this week, AMD announced its new Ryzen Z1 chips that are basically made for handheld devices, right? They announced the Z1 and the Z1 Extreme. And I wrote about this. I'm like, okay, maybe what'll happen is that the Z1 chip is going to be in the low-end version of the Ally, and then the Z1 Extreme will be in the high-end. Nope, $700 for the Z1 Extreme. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You know, so yeah, this thing's coming. And remember, the one advantage this has over, you know, sales wise, what it has over the Steam Deck is it's being sold in stores, Best Buy. You can't find the Steam Deck in Best Buy, as far as I know. So that's pretty big for $50 more. That ain't bad, man. That ain't bad at all. You know, so. What are you guys' thoughts on this handheld? If Adam was here, he'd go off on it like he did last time. You know.
I mean, that's a pretty good price. I mean, everything about this thing is hard to believe because it was announced during April Fool's Day.
Yeah,
and everyone expected the price to be high, and it's sort of kind of more like a mid-range price more
Yeah.
than anything, because it's not. I think a Steam Deck goes as low as $400.
$400. Yeah, that's for the one with 64 gigs of memory. Don't get that one, by the way. Don't get that
Yeah.
one.
So
yeah.
so yeah, it looks, some of the specs look pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna, be able to compete. It's gonna need a lot of good buzz from from reviewers, from a lot of people that, there's gonna be a couple of people that are gonna, stand this thing. So they need to be good at proselytizing this product. So we'll see, because the Steam Deck had a lot of buzz. It captivated the whole world, apparently, the world of gaming.
Yeah, man.
So they just need to be competitive. We'll see how it looks once the reviews are out. I feel like the reviews are going to be big for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far it's looking good, and price pretty decent. So not something that I'm interested in, obviously, because I have a Steam Deck and I have a PC, and it doesn't really make sense for me to get one. But for people that are looking forward to it, or looking forward to sort of a more out of the box Windows handheld machine, that might be a good option.
Yeah, my main concern is, now that the price is out of the way, the main one I have is game compatibility, right? Because obviously you could run any game you could run on a Windows PC, you could run on this, but just because you could run a game on it doesn't mean that game can run well, because that's the advantage that Steam Deck has, right? Those games are optimized. That's why you have deck verified games. Like, will we have Asus verified games or something? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. Microsoft, this is the part I want to talk about with you guys. Very interesting, right? And I can talk about this. At the event I went to, they had a big presentation. The Asus was there. Microsoft was there too. And they talked for a very long time about their commitment to this thing, right? So I'm like, yo, in a way, this could be a low-key Xbox handheld, right? Windows-based, Game Pass. And remember, not streaming. You can stream if you want, but you can also download to this thing, right? Mm-hmm. And think about it. Again, this is part of the leak with the price, so take it how you will. But I believe this is true, because lower than this would be insane. 512 gigs of storage, right? And there's a micro SD slot in there. That means you could expand shit. So, and as opposed to, you could add more memory to it if you want.
What's the resolution on this?
1080p. And I'll tell you this, man. Okay, I like when I am proven wrong about shit. I love it, actually. Because I was like, 720p, 1080p doesn't make a difference on a 7-inch screen. Oh yes, it fucking does.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh shit, it does. Man, I saw Forza Horizon on that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. And okay, so 1080p, 120 hertz, right? Compared to the Steam Deck, 720p, 60 hertz. No LED, obviously. It's just LCD, both of them. But better screen, more power, right? Because what was it? I believe the Steam Deck was like a custom Zen 2 AMD chip. This was custom Zen 4. Like, this just it's crazy, and it feels good too. It's lighter than the Steam Deck. This thing has a lot of good things on paper. I'm just worried about the game compatibility. But if they work around that, I'm going to assume Microsoft is like, yo, let's make our games run well on this shit. Because remember, this is new hardware. They got to optimize games for this hardware. So, what do you guys think?
Well, I think.
The leak?
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just going to say, since it's running Windows natively, that they have compatibility issues that they don't have to worry about, like Steam Deck does with Wine and updating Proton and all that stuff. They're not going to have those issues. The only thing they have to worry about is driver issues, and usually some games favor NVIDIA hardware over AMD's hardware. That's the only thing they'll have to really overcome.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think just not having to worry about Proton and Wine versions and things
Yeah.
like that, that's a big advantage.
Yeah, it really is. Because again, just because remember, you can get Windows 11 to run on Steam Deck, but you gotta go through some hoops to get it on there. This is just a straight up Windows 11. And yes, you can run Steam on this shit. Download the app, you're good.
Yeah.
They have the Asus Armory crate. Some of you guys may be familiar with it. Basically, whatever games you have downloaded or installed, or just in whatever if you have EA Origin, if you have GOG, if you have Steam, Armory Crate puts them all together, into one spot where you could just select them, which is kind of nice, And I know they're gonna do some updates to it as well. So pretty nice stuff. That's the closest you'll get to a UI for this thing, I guess, But I'm wondering, will you be able to use the analog sticks while it's just in Windows 11 mode, or because it doesn't have the trackpads like the Steam Deck does, So it's going to be, I don't know how you're going to be able to navigate with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming, obviously you could plug shit into it and you'll be all right, but yeah.
I would think you would.
Yeah. 8 core Zen 4 CPU, that's right, Mighty Nerd.
16 gigs of RAM, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this thing, and it drops on, according to, it's not even according to leak, it's pretty much official now. It's May 11th. That's not far off,
That's 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Wow. 2 weeks.
That's exactly in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it is exactly 2 weeks. Holy shit. So that's something exciting. And, and then today, Aya Neo announced an Aya Neo 2S, and it's also running on a new custom AMD chip. That's not the Zen 1. It's something else, right? So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So, and apparently AMD is making, new chips for more handhelds. So AMD's get in there too. Very interesting, But you know what I find interesting? How AMD is the one that's making the chips for consoles and handhelds. And NVIDIA's not around. It's wait, guys, what's going on here?
We don't need you.
We do not need you.
I guess the Tegra just didn't take off then. No, I mean serious, because again, back then it was oh yeah, they're doing Tegra, and then the Tegra X1, and then something, and then that's it. So yeah, I guess didn't work out for them.
Yeah, Brian, you bring up. Well, you made me think of something. Do you think? I'm laughing just before I even asked the question.
Oh,
I don't even know how. I can't. Well, the next Switch possibly use one of these new AMD chips. I'm laughing because this is Nintendo. They're not really good when it comes to innovation, when it comes to hardware for the last 20 years. But anyway, throwing a question out there. Chris, what do you think? Because remember, if AMD's, they said, hey, we're making chips for handhelds.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo will go for the cheapest option while they try to keep working relationships. And remember, they were using AMD stuff for a while. They were using AMD graphics with PowerPC in the last 3 systems, and then they switched to NVIDIA, Tegra SoC for the Switch. If they have some kind of contract with NVIDIA, because I know NVIDIA was trying to help them maybe do their cloud stuff, which is I don't know. I don't think it's anything to write home about. They may have a contract to do the next system. I don't know. That's all speculation. That's all tinfoil hat.
What, another Tegra chip? What are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, AMD could go to them and try to earn that business. Could be like, hey, look, we got this shit running already.
Yeah. But again, this is Nintendo. They don't really do the smart thing. Fucking dumbasses. But yeah, so there you go. The ROG Ally, very exciting stuff. Nintendo doesn't use what their competitors uses. Yeah, it's Nintendo for you. Make us another Tegra chip.
What are you talking about? Yes, they do.
Oh, what
They
did
were
they do?
using,
Yeah.
they were using the what was it? The Nintendo was running on the same chips, the similar chipset, IBM chips before. So yeah,
Yeah.
they
Oh
were.
yeah. It's like
Yeah,
what,
the
30
Power
years ago.
PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Power PC. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think he's talking about within the last 20 years after the Wii. But no, you're right. Yeah, Nintendo
He did,
used
but-
to. They
But
used
yeah,
to.
but he
Yeah.
but he didn't say when. He just
Yeah,
said
yeah.
they don't. So no, they do.
They did. Yeah, they did. Just like they used to actually try to compete with the others in terms of power. They used to do that. But after the Wii, they were like, nah, blue ocean, Yeah.
No, Nintendo goes with what's cheaper. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what the fucking
Yeah.
hardware is. It's just whatever's cheaper. So that Tegra shit was cheap, so they fucking used it, and that's
Yep.
all.
Yeah, you're right. They'll use whatever, the cheapest whatever is around now, I guess, because they're probably developing this console. Wasn't there some rumors about the Switch 2 floating around this week? Or am I bugging?
I mean, there was always rumors, that
Yeah.
really doesn't say much.
No, I think it was something this week. But again, at this point, who cares? Like, Steam Deck exists, the ROG Ally exists. Why would you even look at a Switch? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, just get a real system, guys. Stop with this nonsense. All right, let's talk about. I'll talk about Jedi Survivor. That's a new game, and it's good.
Yeah,
And it's
new
very
games.
good. New games. We're actually playing video games again after like an entire generation of not playing games. But yeah, why is it? What's
Why
up?
is it
Yeah,
that everyone's talking about the performance?
yeah. About this game specifically, or
Yeah, that's that's all I've been hearing today, at least. People
Okay, so
talking about
what-
performance. And the
tell me
patches and
about
all.
tell me about it then, because I haven't heard this. I can just all I'm going to tell you is just my experience. I don't know what other people are saying about the game.
Well, apparently, and maybe I don't even know where I saw this, but I don't know. I was looking around. I got the emails, and then I just clicked on them. I don't know if it was spyware. Apparently, there's performance issues, and the chat will correct me. I think I saw it on the Discord, maybe. But yeah, like there was performance issues, and then that they were planning, sort of rollout stages of patches to fix everything. Did you
What
go through
the
anything
fuck?
like that when you?
Okay, I'm
Oh.
on Twitter right now, Carlos. This is like the coincidences of coincidences.
What's going on?
Somebody
Ray?
posted a screenshot. Holy mother, holy mother of not enough VRAM. So this from Tom's Hardware. This is the headline. Pre-launch Jedi Survivor eats 21 gigs of VRAM, struggles on 4TX 4090. What the fuck?
Oh damn!
That is performance.
Yeah, I'll say this. I guess the force was strong with me, right? The force was telling me, because I had the option. They asked me, "Do you want it on PC? Do you want it on PS5?" I normally get games on PC. I was like, "I'll take a PS5 code." And I haven't really. I've had issues. I talked about this in my review, but not to that level. Like I've kept it on performance mode, but I do notice that when you're in like the bigger areas, that's when the frame rate starts dropping, and you're like more in close areas is fine. The main thing I've seen is screen tearing, right? And there's no option to turn on VSync or anything like that. Screen tearing, that's been an issue. And then today, because they released like a day zero patch. It's okay. So I started playing it last week, right? No day zero patch. I was just playing it just raw. Again, the screen tearing, the frame rate dropping a little bit, fine, right? Install this patch on Tuesday, and HDR is fucked up now. When you turn it on, like everything that should be bright is just black. So I'm like, shit. So now I've had to go back to the Stone Age and turn off HDR. I'm like, ugh. Like, how did I live without this shit? But that's a little problem compared to like what other people are apparently experiencing. Again, I haven't read any other reviews. I haven't seen what people are saying about this game. But it seems like it's really, really bad on PC. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm reading something from Jedi Survivor performance issues, biggest bugs and glitches so far.
Uh-oh.
This is from Den of Geek, GameSpot. Star Wars Jedi Survivor reportedly had serious performance issues on PC, SVG. Star Wars Jedi Survivor has pretty big performance issues.
Oh,
So
shit.
let me go to the GameStop one.
Yeah.
GameSpot.
Yeah, because the things I noticed are just things that are inherent within the Unreal Engine. You know, like sometimes the textures don't pop up right away. You know, sometimes you'll get some jittering here or there or whatever. I didn't notice anything big, but again, I'm playing this on PlayStation 5, so you know, again, something was telling me like, Tony, don't get the PC version. You know,
And apparently it is a PC thing.
Yeah.
All of these stories have been consistently PC things.
Uh-oh.
And yes,
Uh-oh.
YouTuber Skill Up said in a tweet, and this is from GameSpot,
Yeah.
the game suffers from serious frame rate issues. They say that Jedi Survivor struggled to reach 60 frames per second on an RTX 4090
Damn.
and AMD Ryzen 9 5950X, which are the best GPUs currently available. As you'd expect, that's far above the specs of the average Steam user, according to its monthly survey. They also said that the game's CPU and GPU utilization seems stuck at 30% on their computer, indicating poor optimization. SkillUp also said that the game has a major audio bug that affects every cutscene.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I haven't had any of those issues. You know. I know through Megas in the chat right now, like, yeah, you PC motherfuckers. That's what you get. Oh, that's bad, dude. That's not good, you know.
Here's a tweet from EA Star Wars Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Cal's new journey in the galaxy far away or far, far away has begun, and we're excited for you to experience it. Our first patch will arrive on launch day across all platforms. In the weeks ahead, we'll deploy patches that will 1, fix bugs, 2, improve performance, and 3, add more accessibility features. Stay tuned for more updates. So apparently it's a thing. They're aware. And here we go, man. It's not even the good ones. It's like these issues, man. They're always present. It's like, release now, patch later.
Yep, that's how it is. That's disappointing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it on console. Get it on console, you know?
So going back to the game, one thing that I've been reading, that I've been seeing consistently is about this game is that it pretty much does the same thing that the previous game, but everything's improved. Like every aspect of the game is pretty much improved.
It's playing this game like made me want to go back to replay the other one in a good way, not because like it's bad. I'm like, oh wow, because it's more the same. Because the last game, even though obviously it did very, very well, I still feel it's like underappreciated, you know? It's just a really good, solid action adventure game, and this one is more the same, and it's great, you know? And I said this in my review because, I had to get on my soapbox, man. Because I was like, we live in a time right now where we used to just have so much disappointing Star Wars shit. Like, look at Mandalorian Season 3, what the fuck? What were we doing with that? Andor's doing some weird shit. Obi-Wan was trash. Fucking
Andor's good.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was weird, but I know it was good. I know people liked it, but like, it's not what people wanted. Like, I don't think the ratings were reflected, but basically, everything Star Wars is divisive now in some way, right? Not this. I'm playing this shit. I'm like, okay, this is why people like Star Wars. This is fucking awesome. So to me, it's like, it's a new hope for Star Wars, So on that front, I had to end my review with that. I'm like, guys, man, if you've been disappointed with Star Wars lately, this is the shit right here, man. This shit right here. That's fine. Get the game. It's fucking dope. Get on console though. From what Carl's just telling me, god damn, that it's disappointing, man. And this game was already delayed too, so it's like,
yeah, it was.
You delayed. I'm gonna say this right now too. Why is this game coming out on April 28th when it should have come out on May 4th?
Well, there's a huge reason why.
You couldn't wait. Or there was a reason.
There's a massive reason.
Okay.
Because May the 4th is next week, right? Exactly. So, we're going back to exactly 1 week from now.
Yeah.
That's May the 4th, Thursday of next week. Friday of the following week, Zelda comes out.
Oh, so
So-
you think they want breathing room?
Yeah, because it made too much sense to release this May the 4th. There was no reason why not to. Could have delayed it, fixed the bugs,
Yep.
do all that. But no, Zelda comes out. They don't want to get Horizon.
Shit. Damn, Damn you're probably right. Yeah.
I mean, even Horizon's DLC got Horizoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Does anybody even remember that right now? Come on, you just played that, Tony.
Yeah. That's a good one too, by the way. That's another one. When I played, I'm like, man, I like me some Horizons, man. It's some good stuff.
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that DLC.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, that's fun. So, Carlos, I went to the EA's Twitter right now. They had a clip of Jedi Survivor, and I'm like, oh, that's what those things are for. Because there's these things floating around. I'm like, I know you're useful for something. I just don't know what it is, and I just saw what it's for. It's like another traversal thing, Because that's the fun thing about the game. Like, you see things, you're like, okay, pretty sure I'm going to get a power later. Let me traverse that. Oh, and by the way, good thing about this game, every power that you had in the previous game, you have them all from the jump. You don't have to re-get them again, So
he doesn't get like smacked in the beginning of the game. It's like, oh, I lost my powers.
Like, oh no, I can't double jump anymore.
Oh no, my crucible has somehow been weakened. What has happened?
I need to learn how to run across walls again.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Yeah, none of that stuff. Like, good. He has a double lightsaber, all that. So yeah,
You're a new clone. You're a new clone, and you forgot every single thing that you got before.
That's pretty good.
oh yeah, yeah. So none of that bullshit. So basically, you keep everything before, and you get stuff on top of it. Horizon. I like that. Oh yeah, Zelda's coming out, so I guess that's a good transition to that. I think they had another. I think they have another trailer, right? I guess I saw some of it.
Did.
It was like regular people like looking at the trailer, getting hyped. I'm like, this is a weird advertisement, I remember I was watching this trailer because I'm reviewing the monitor. I can't say right now, so I was like, let me see, because I usually just like to throw trailers on on whatever monitors or screens I'm reviewing just to see how it looks. And I put this shit on, and I'm like, damn, the footage of the people looks better than the footage of the game. Because the game's all fucking low res, nasty, disgusting looking. I'm like, okay, this is not a good test for this monitor. Let me try another. So then I put on the Fast X trailer. Seeing Jason Momoa there and shit. But yeah, did you guys see that trailer? What did you think of that stupidity? Oh, I'm tainting the conversation, aren't I?
Oh, and Blitz is here.
Yeah,
so be careful.
Blitz, you already know. I'm not. I gave you that armistice for like 2 weeks. I'm done with it now, man. Fuck Nintendo. All right.
Oh no!
I didn't see the trailer. This game I might get it, but I don't think there's anything that can sell me on it or unsell me on it. So I just didn't care about watching the trailer.
Yeah. Is there anything else that came out about the game?
It's still $70. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Let us know, Blitz.
Nintendo's throwing out
Blitz. Let us know about the game, man. What you think?
Nintendo's throwing out cease and desist to people posting trailers. How about that one?
Oh no.
Well, that's standard Nintendo thing. Yeah, they've been doing that. It's like, oh, free promotion for your game? Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Blitz mentioned previews have come out. A lot of those sites have been talking about all the previews. I haven't checked them out yet. Has it been? I'm pretty sure it's been pretty good reviews. They know who they're sending these.
Oh
games to.
yeah. You already know this game. I hate doing this, but let's do it. What do you think it's going to be? It's a Metacritic score.
Metacritic?
This shit's going to be like 97, 98, 99. And that one dude that gives it like a 90, he's going to get roasted,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to be in the 90s. I don't think it's going to be as high as Breath of the Wild. But 94 seems like the type of score that this type of game would get.
Yeah.
I was about to say maybe like 93. Like not as high as the first one, but still high for some odd reason.
Of course. Just 1 point. What was the last one? 94?
Oh no, I mean this one wasn't it one of the highest rated games? Let me see.
Yeah,
Right.
check what it was. So, that whatever the last one was, just 1 point lower. There you go. That's it.
97.
Okay, so 95 then. Or 96, yeah. Let's look at previews. Zelda, what's the name of the Trails to the Kingdom? What the fuck is the name?
Tears of the
Kingdom.
Okay. All right, let's see. Hands-on preview. Let's go to IGN. It lets you test your crazy. This game looks fucking awful. What the hell? Ugh. Like just looking at it, disgusts me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should come as no surprise. I'm not reading this bullshit. Let's read the headlines. It lets you test out your crazy ideas. It lives up to the hype. That's from Esquire. Yahoo! I didn't know they were still around. Tears of the Kingdom sadly fixes Breath of the Wild's most useful glitch. That's interesting. Tears of the Kingdom, a sequel with endless creativity. Somebody unboxed the Switch version. Okay, how Zelda experts are preparing for Tears of the Kingdom. Influencers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weapon durability is being addressed in this weird way in Tears of the Kingdom. Whatever.
Speaking of games that are gonna send you back, like you lost all your previous weapons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This from The Verge. Playing Tears of the Kingdom is like riding a tricked out bike you built with your Ultra Hand. I don't know what that means. The Ultra Hand.
Hey, the
part.
Ultra Hand, huh? That's a Nintendo. That's a Nintendo product.
Okay. Okay.
And here's the thing about this game. If Nintendo had the ability to develop this for the current gen consoles, this would have been incredible.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of the disappointing things because even when I played the Breath of the Wild, I'm like, man, imagine this on like capable hardware. This would be fucking phenomenal, But it's on this trash. It looks disgusting, like it makes me want to vomit looking at this shit, Horrible.
I mean, remember, Brett would talk about all this stuff. It's like, the sandbox exploration, like you go one place and you go to the other and it's like you find this. And I think Brett was using a lot of his imagination. Obviously, a lot of it was true. And I mentioned this during our Game of the Year special, that's how I felt when we were playing Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Elden Ring was a type of game. It's like a sandbox game that has all these different levels and then looks pretty good.
And it looks good,
So if Zelda was able to be developed in a system that's in the capable of showing games that are part of this generation, then I feel like they would have knocked it off the park because Zelda's going to be a good game. It's just not going to look good.
Yeah, it's the thing. The game isn't terrible. Objectively, it's a good game, but it looks so horrible. I can't enjoy it. Like I would probably suffer through the weapon fragility if it looked good, because at least I'm getting something for my trouble, I'm getting good graphics. At least give me something. Zelda wasn't giving me shit, this from Washington Post. The new Zelda is like nothing we've ever seen before. Are you really?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they've said that. They said that about the last one. So
yeah, they probably did. No.
Uh-oh. There's
when I see the writer, because that's my homeboy, man.
Uh-oh. We got to talk to your homeboy.
Gene Park, man.
Oh, Gene, they got him.
Yeah, I think he's coming to New York soonish, so I got to talk to him about this. Gene, no. What? I got to read. Because, again, this is my dude. No. It's bueno. Oh, man. But
Tony became the Godfather right now. Like, look what they done to my boy.
Look what they done to my boy, And he's technically younger than me, so I can say that. Shout out to you, Gene, Yo, by the way, for you guys who didn't hear the story, man, the first time I met Gene in real life, because he has gray hair, right? So I thought this dude was older than me by like 10 years. So I told him how inspired I was to see somebody, old like that, still doing his thing in the gaming industry, right? Turns out I'm 2 years older than him, Because he posted a picture of himself in like E3 like 2010, and he was like, "Yeah, this is me, 28 years old." I'm like, "Hold on, I was 30 back then." Oh shit! And then he told me, he's like, "I'm gonna get you for that, Tony." Yeah, Gene's that's my dude. But yeah, Breath of the Wild. Listen, you already know this is gonna be Game of the Year award everywhere. Jeff Keighley's gonna give it 15 fucking awards. This is gonna be huge. You already know. And I say this with all sincerity. I really hope people enjoy this game. I hope it lives up to what you want it to be. I won't be indulging in it. I'm not putting myself through that again. But I honestly hope that people like the game, because we haven't gotten a lot of good games this generation. So I hope you guys get something, man. And again, the whole world's been fucked up. So I hope you get something good.
Tony, let's just be real here. Let's keep it real. Don't waste your hope on this, because it doesn't matter how the hell.
I'm not wasting hope on nothing. I'm just saying I hope people enjoy. Well, that is hope. I hope people enjoy it, but I have no hope for this game.
Oh well, the reason I mentioned that is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how this game comes out. People are gonna love it. Oh yeah, because it's Nintendo. It's Zelda and it's Nintendo.
This is true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. This game is already guaranteed to be a success no matter what state it comes out in,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. I just need to just point this out because it kind of irked me slightly when Tony, you said that we've not gotten any good games this generation.
No, I didn't say. I was being facetious. Obviously, we got.
Oh, no.
Games.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Just wait. The Switch isn't this gen, Tony.
This is true. Damn!
It's not, technically.
No, it's not. You're 100% right about that.
This is going to be the best PS3 game ever.
Yeah. Yeah, remember we had Riku on, and he was like, he was trying to argue that it was the PS4 generation. I know, because the debate was, is it PS4 generation or PS5 generation? I was like, PS3 generation, bruh.
Yeah, it's PS3 Plus.
The PS3 Pro.
It's a PS3 Pro we never got.
No, I'm not hoping for bad previews. Listen, I already know this game's going to get good reviews and all that, so that's just how it is. Rich, okay, I haven't even read it yet. I already know this is going to be good. This game is called Tears of the Kingdom for a reason. There will be many fanboys crying, saying its greatness. You're right. Yo, when Rich is here, you already know he's going to give us the good stuff.
Got the hot fire, man. It's it's coming
Jolly
from the same
Yellow.
time.
What's going on, brother? I haven't seen my man in a while. How you been, man? I decided to give him a shout out. Anyway, I just pulled the hip hop gamer. Every time, this dude could be in the middle of a fucking interview and shit, like in a show. And if I go by, yeah, yo, Toe, that's my dude. Like he'll just stop the interview, Anyway,
Yo, hip hop has been interviewing a lot of people recently, like a lot of famous people.
Yeah, shout out to hip hop gamer, man.
He's got his Hot 97 rolling, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Again, the hardest working guy in the industry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hot 97, Logitech G. Let's go. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. There you go. Who's Carlos? You're gonna buy this thing, I'm guessing, and Chris, you too, right?
I know.
Kristen's gonna play the hell out of the game.
So Chris is like, there will be one in my house.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kristen will play it easily. Like, I'm good. I can.
Yeah, we can watch her play.
I'll watch it. Yeah. To me, it looks like more the same. So I'm very. When you talk to Gene, I'll be very curious to see what he has to say.
Like it looks like more the same, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm very curious.
Manny. Yeah, Manny just posted the featured image.
Oh, he did. Manny, can you share it so people can see it? Oh, we haven't even seen Manny tonight, have we?
Yo, man, what's going on?
I have my camera off. I'm totally sorry about that.
Yeah, I just realized that now. Oh shit,
I was in work mode, so
that's all good.
I mean, it's I'll get the game if it gets super hyped. If not, I'll just wait a couple. I mean, it's not gonna go down in price, so
Yeah,
but I'll still wait.
Blitz says it's okay for people to like shit. You don't. Yeah, of course. I don't have a problem with that. Maybe other people have a problem with that. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you my opinion. But obviously, that's good. It's if we all had the same opinion, it'd be fucking boring. Phil Spencer.
By the way, Blitz. If Tony just mentioned, if we all had the same opinion, this all be boring. Blitz. I know you disagree with him, but I know you enjoy when Brett goes on his rants.
Yeah, that's true.
Brett keeps people's asses on the seats.
Yeah,
for the show.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, Phil Harrison as Voldemort. There you go.
Yeah, Phil Harrison as Voldemort.
Nice. Let me see if we can make this full screen. There you go. It's hilarious. Yeah, Phil Harrison strikes again. Good stuff. All right. I guess that's a good segue to the games we've been playing lately. I'll start with Chris. What have you been playing lately?
Oh, I just when I can, I just play RE4.
There you go, man. You trying to get that platinum?
One throwback. Yeah, well, I haven't played it on PS5. I've just been playing it on Steam.
Whoa, on the deck.
Yeah, it's funny because Kristen wanted to play it, so she's been playing it on PS5. So I said, you should go for the platinum, right? I just been playing on the deck, yeah. The other thing, I got shout out to Adam. I got the Castlevania Anniversary Edition, so I was like, fucking played some Simon's Quest. I went back.
Nice.
Went back to my youth. I know people don't like. That's like some people's least favorite Castlevania game. I love that game. I don't know why, but I love it. So I play. It has bad translations. The day-night shit sucks, but I still like it.
There you go, man.
The day has been replaced by the cursed night.
Oh, it's always annoying. It's always annoying. You'll be in the middle of jumping, and that shit will happen. It's like, yo, I was about to get out of this situation, and it turned to night instantly while I'm in the air.
All right, good stuff. Brian, have you been playing anything lately?
Technically, yes. I finished Outriders last week, so yeah. Basically, I feel the exact same as Tony. It's just kind of there. Like, I can see what where they wanted to go with that game, but it just didn't. It didn't finish really. It just felt like they kind of didn't know what to do with the end, and like the last hour of the game just feels like, oh yeah, here's just like a dump of like all the lore just in one go. Like we were not able to finish the game, so here's all the content that we would have had, just all dumped on you now. End boss, end of story. So yeah, man. it just didn't. It's just odd ending. But I did like the how the different perks worked, in that you had like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and each one slightly stronger than the last. So hence you can kind of get like a rough idea of like, oh yeah, this tier 2 one stronger than the tier 1 one. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't think I'm playing again. Also in my downtime, I've been playing Inside again.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yep.
Yeah.
For those who know, I am just before that happens.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm enjoying it.
See, you fucking assholes. I like indie games. That's an indie game. I like it. So shut up. Oh man. All right.
Yeah. Nothing else, but I will be starting Jedi Fallen Order probably this weekend.
Nice.
Because I need to.
Yeah, no, you'll like it. You'll like it, Brian. It's good stuff. All right. Mr. Carlos, have you been playing anything lately?
Yes, I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order. I didn't get to put as many hours as I wanted to this past weekend because I got hooked on Ted Lasso. So I've been watching that. So, but I did play a little bit of Jedi Fallen Order just to get ready for Survivor whenever I buy it, which is probably going to be next week or so.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the only thing I've been playing. Also, one little tease, but it may or may not happen. This is all I'll say. I talked to Rich about potentially playing another game in the future.
Excuse me?
That's all I'll say.
Okay, I'll have to look forward to that. Manny, have you been playing anything lately?
Nah, man, I've been busy with a lot of different things rolling into one. But at least I'm not staying up till clock in the morning.
Damn right, man. That's what's up. Okay, so asking that question reminded me because somebody posted in the chat. Basically, remember that whole thing about like the whole conversation. Oh, and I'm glad Brett's not here because this show would drag on for another hour. About engagement and shit. So apparently, when it comes to completion rates, 7% of people completed Hi-Fi Rush and 34% finished Forspoken.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because isn't Hi-Fi Rush like fucking 5-10 hours or something short?
Yeah, it's an old game length,
and people aren't finishing it. Very interesting,
Well,
not even the standard 25%.
We did talk about the possibility, of a lot of this engagement just being people seeing the headlines and downloading the game, starting it, and not doing much with it.
You already know that's it,
Yeah, I think it's partially the buzz, and then just people just as per usual, people not finishing their games.
Yeah, and there was some other stuff. I think it was Minecraft Legends sold the most. I don't remember what it sold the most on. I think it may have been Switch. Could be wrong about that, but I know it sold the least on Xbox, which is funny.
Oh man,
considering who owns the fucking game.
Well,
channeling the brand. Oh, it's because it's on Game Pass. That's not fair. You shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like,
that's a false argument, and you're making a false argument. Anyway, go on.
The thing about it is that it makes perfect sense because where are the kids? They're not on the Xbox.
Yep.
They're on the Nintendo.
They're not on Game Pass.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing about it is like if a parent also the thing about it is I think there's also a lack of knowledge between parents, right? Nintendo is considered the the game console for children. At least you could be assured that most of the games on there will be good for kids, right?
Yeah.
And you don't need to think that much. On an Xbox, it's like, okay, you have Game Pass. How many of those games are good for kids?
Yeah.
1, 2. Rest of it's for adults that are adult gamers.
Yep.
Or Hi-Fi Rush is the T for teen game, but again, it's older than Minecraft, which is E for everyone.
Yeah. No, you're right about that, but yeah, it's just a little bit more proof that engagement not really a metric for success.
I mean, the thing is it's like engagement, but how much engagement is it? Like, and how much engagement? Again, obviously, you said it's not that much. They didn't even get that far. They probably played
7%. That is less than the normal 25%. Because if for those who don't know, for most games, only 25% of people finish it. Right. This is 7% on what is supposed to be a short game.
Yeah, it's a shorter game, and it's a 40, and under normal circumstances, it's in the $40 price range.
Yeah,
type of game. So there shouldn't be any. There shouldn't. And not to compare Gravity Rush, but more people finish Gravity Rush than that.
Probably, yeah. You could look that up too with trophy completion rates. Fucking crazy, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Also, last thing. Is anybody interested? If Brett was here, he'd be saying something. Armored Core, because I think they released some new details on it.
Yeah, they released a new trailer.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about? I haven't seen it. One of my coworkers, not coworkers, one of my company coworker, but yeah, He works for Games Radar. He's fucking hyped as shit. You know, he showed me the collector's edition. There's one of them. It's like one night
Comes with a robot.
You know, one of them comes with a robot. The other one comes with a robot in a little robot house. Yeah, he specifically called it that in the headline because he wants people to go, "It's a hangar. It's not a robot house."
He
did it. Man, George. George. With the beard, as you call him. He was like, "Yo, Tony, you look. They got a little robot house." Because like I'm on one end of the office, on the other. This dude just like, "Tony, look at this. They got a little robot house." So, good stuff, man. And of course, that led to us talk about Steel Battalion. Remember that shit? Like they got to bring that back with that big ass controller. That mech design looks fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, Armored Core always had interesting looking robots. So, yeah. So now we'll see if it ends up being Robot Souls.
Yeah, that's.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it. But I'm gonna look at this trailer. Is it like in-game footage or is it just fucking? Oh no, it is.
It looked like in-game footage. Yeah.
I probably won't get it. I like mechs, but I don't generally like mech games. I like some of them, like Virtual On is cool.
As I remember, the Armored Core games were a little bit more arcadey.
Okay, that's good to know. This does look kind of cool.
But I don't know. I
like Titanfall. Does Titanfall even count as a mech game? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a first-person shooter that has two different first-person shooter modes.
Yeah, one inside a mech. Yeah, this does look kind of cool.
Yo, man, this is like old PlayStation 2 era because that's what that was the launch title for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, looks cool. Looks cool. I don't know if I'll get it, but it looks cool. Yeah, is it going to be like Elden Ring? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
There's this deep lore, and you have to instead of souls, you carry like oil or something.
Yeah. Find a giant fucking snake robot. Yeah, that's cool. I like how over the top it is. Have they ever made a good Macross game? Probably didn't.
Not really.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Well, the ones I imported like two of them, but they were back on PS1. I think there was one on Dreamcast too, and imported. That one was okay, but they weren't anything special.
Yeah, because I'm looking, I'm like, they need to make a good Macross game.
I was a fan of the Macross game. I think it was in the SNES era where they're just like the side-scrolling ones going from left to right.
Oh,
I don't think I played.
Yeah, I never played those.
Yeah. Rico was saying, "What about Gundam?" Yeah, this looks cool. Anybody in the chat? You guys excited for Armored Cores? Let me look here. If anybody said anything. No one's talking about it. Damien 2 has entered. What? Oh no! Do we have to kick somebody out? Yeah. GCDR says people were turned off by High on Life when the Justin Roland guy was accused of domestic assault, so they will say that is why they don't finish the game. But what did Hi-Fi Rush have to do with that?
I think he got confused.
He probably did get confused, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Hi-Fi Rush, not High on Life.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so therefore you did miss the entire show. We're almost done. Oh man, you can catch the recap though. What were you gonna say? High on Life? Yeah, that kind of went into the
that had some unfortunate things connected to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it turned out. Yeah, and
he got acquitted. They said it wasn't enough evidence. The case got thrown out.
But social media,
damage is done. Yeah,
damage is done.
Court of public opinion found him guilty. So.
They already kicked him off the show. So.
Yeah, they kicked him off Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and he wasn't found guilty. Look at that. Ain't that something? This is the time we live in.
He lost that other show too, the Hulu one.
Damn.
Yeah. They ended that show too.
Yeah, you know what? I'll stop before I start because I could say something about that. But yeah, Armored Core looks cool. All right, I think we're done, man. Good show. We did 1.5 hours. That's always the minimum we try to give you guys. So we did it. Yeah, I'm guessing we have nothing to plug, right?
Nothing
No,
to
we're
plug. No, I am Negan's on hiatus.
Yeah, it's on hiatus. You know.
But yeah, nothing to plug for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mighty Nurse says the Armored Core is just a PS4 game. I could kind of see why he's saying that. But, I think the fans won't care. I think they'll be happy.
I mean, yeah, Elden Ring was essentially a PS4
Yeah,
game.
like
so.
we always said, Elden Ring, it looks good, but it doesn't look fantastic. What helped Elden Ring was the unique art style, But it also, had good resolution, too. It wasn't fucking smeary 720p, for 540p in some cases,
Tears of the frame rate.
Yeah. Tears of the frame rate. Tears of the resolution, man. Shit. Smudgy ass 720. Like, come on, people. What are we doing here?
Well, I expect us to be talking about that. The 10-minute gameplay they did of Tears of the Kingdom, it had frame rate issues.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I mean, we saw it in the trailer. We saw it in the trailer.
In the first one. What the fuck are we doing here? You still had dudes like crying and fainting and stuff. Nintendo fans are interesting to me, man. Remember that one was that one E3 where they showed like a realistic looking Link, and like motherfuckers were crying. Journalists were crying. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? And the game never even looked like that. By the way, wasn't it the cartoony one that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had a realistic
bait and switch.
Yeah, like they had a realistic Link. It was like, oh my god,
The worst one, and probably one of the more recent ones that just made me. I mean, I already lost faith, but they made me lose any faith on Nintendo fans was when everyone was expecting Mario Kart 9, and they announced Mario Kart 8 DLC courses. And
everybody's like, "Oh, this is so great!
Oh my god, this is what I
wanted!"
You're excited for DLC for a Wii U game? Crazy, it's a special type of people, man. It's just special.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter. Join the Discord where the conversations and the rumors are always popping. And again, shout out to the Discord crew for the awesome conversations and for all the stories. All the stories we talk about on the show are from you guys, so thanks for that. Throwdown is on every podcast app on the planet. Your podcast, podcast aggregate of choice. We are on it. Throwdown Show, 2 words. Throwdownshow.com to listen to the past episodes. And if you've been watching us on YouTube and enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of when our premieres go live. Links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Peace out.
And Brian Manjoma.
I wonder what's going to go wrong next week.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. What else? Real quick. GCDR, did you guys talk about that FPS game done in Unreal Engine 5 that looks super real? We didn't, because I don't know about it. Hint, hint. Ask us a question with a link, and we will talk about it on the Sunday show.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, anything we missed here, that's why we like the Sunday show. Anything we missed on the main show, bring it up on the Sunday show. But you guys gotta ask. Anyway, we'll see you on Sunday. Later.
Laters.
Laters.